Welcome everyone, it is Yin Yoga time. I'm Angie and I'll be guiding you through this very intense stretch on yoga, and it's called, who's that? Hey, Chantel's here, good to see you. And so we're going to just go through a few of the poses, remembering that these poses are held between 2 to 5 minutes. And I'll time each of them for you and then have you come in and out. I'll guide you through the breath work to come in and out of these poses. Again, do what you can do. Some of these poses require stretching the shoulders, so knowing that you can adjust and modify. We use a lot of props, so if you have pillows, blankets that you'd like to use, please have them nearby. I like to use my blocks. I will sometimes use knee pads. I've got dragging scheduled for today, so that's kind of a low lunge, so we'll be on our knee. You can use knee pads or blankets or even a sturdy pillow. And at the end, I plan on doing a supported shoulder stand, or if you prefer, you can just do legs on a chair. So if you have a chair and you'd like to bring it nearby for the end of class, we'll have the legs up, either up in the air in a supported shoulder stand or on a chair. And if you have an empty wall, you can always just bring your legs up the wall, and I'll have you in that for about 3 or 4 minutes. Just to help relax before Shavasana. Of course, we gotta relax extra tonight, or today. So, or whenever you're doing it, because I'm not sure where you are, whoever's watching it. So welcome again. Remember to leave the ego at the door. And that just means that you accept where you are. If you're not stretching as much as you thought you could or as you did yesterday, don't you worry about it. This is just in the moment. You breathe through it and you accept where you are. All right, that really is the main philosophy of yoga, is being able to accept who you are, right? If you wish to reach enlightenment, then meditate even more. But through the practice of our yoga, of our Yin Yoga, it really helps to understand how much we can control and how much we cannot. And that's a really good start. Then go into meditation and really begin to focus more on you and being able to live with you, that spirit within you. And understanding that you are always important, you are good, you are enough. All right, so let's begin. We're going to begin in our long bench, and we do our breath work with long bench. So long bench requires 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, 2 bolsters of similar size, 2 pillows of similar size, a blanket and a pillow that can be positioned at a similar size, similar height. All right, so I'm going to use these 2 blocks. One will be supporting my heart. The other one will be supporting my head. Oh, have a strap too. So while we're setting up, if you need to get a strap, a belt, always good for stretching if you need it. All right. So we're going to make sure that our legs are comfortable. You can have the legs in which is bound angle, or some people know it as butterfly. All right. You can have the legs straight out. You can have the legs with the feet out wide and the knees in if you feel too much pressure in your lower back. All right. And we're going to come slowly down. For those of you who are very flexible, you can also come into Virasana, which is with your legs all the way down and the knees come out to the side. Sometimes it's easier to get into it this way. Thighs are together, heels are out to the side, and then slowly come down. So again, choose what you can do today. Don't worry about anyone seeing you, because you may feel home alone. All right, if you have your legs out, you can always have that blanket underneath your knees to keep a little bend in those knees and not so they don't lock. So as you come down, just notice where that block is. Find the shoulder blades. So the bottom of the block may be reaching the bottom of the shoulder blades, and then begin to feel a complete support of the heart of the two shoulder blades, and then find the block for the head. Make sure that the back of the head is firmly on the block. Any issues with the cervical spine, adjust this, all right? So the hope is to have the chin up slightly away from the chest, opening up the neck. Now, there may be some people who have issues with the cervical spine and you're gonna have to bring it up. Totally normal. I've seen this so many times in my class where the neck is really stiff or you have issues with it. Some people may find that they want more of a back bend and will come all the way down. All right, so find and adjust to what you need. And the arms come out into a T. All right, if this is too much on the shoulders, then bring them down. And then with each breath, begin to just slowly walk them up. See if with each exhale you can relax the shoulders. All right, so I know you might be spending a moment here trying to find what you need. There's a ton of different options. Remember butterfly, remember knees in together, feet out apart, legs straight out, or even in your Virasana with the knees all the way down and the heels up by the hips. Deep breath in. Feel the chest rise. Exhale everything out. Continue to make your tiny adjustments. Make subtle moves just to know maybe the arms might come up on your next inhale. Exhale, shoulders relax. Lips relax. Face relaxes. Eyes relax. Breathe. Deep breath in. Feel the chest rise. Feel the extension of the belly. Exhale. Feel the chest drop. Belly button pressing down towards the spine. Begin to notice if you can relax the lower back. Use the exhale. Relaxing that lower back. Relax the glutes. Inhale, maybe the arms can come up a little bit higher. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Maybe lick the lips and relax the tongue. Relax the lips. Feel the tongue heavy towards the throat. Maybe the throat feels slightly constricted. Begin to remove all of your thoughts, accepting those that wish to come in, and see if you can just sweep them out. Direct your mind inward. Focus on the breath, knowing that the breath is the most important part of our practice. Never holding the breath. Always noticing the breath moving with each movement, each subtle movement, each deepening of your stretch. Finding your edge and knowing when to stop today. Learning to listen to the body as it communicates to you. Slowly begin to reach the arms up if you can. Otherwise, leave them down by the side if you need to. We're going to lift them up, maybe reach the hands together. Maybe cross towards the wrists, maybe the forearms, maybe the elbows can be reached. And then place the forearms directly onto the forehead. Notice which hand or forearm is on top. Switch the position of the hand and switch the forearm that is resting on the forehead. Subtle changes, subtle movements, awakening the mind to the body. Awakening the mind to notice that each side is very different from the other. Two arms, yet they can still feel quite different. Inhale. Feel the chest rise. Exhale. Feel the forearms. Maybe they'll come down towards the crown of the head. If the discomfort is just too much, always know you can come back. You can bring the forearms to the forehead. Or even if it's too much there, maybe allow them to come down to the side in a T or by the hips. Otherwise, inhale, exhale. See if they'll drop down a little bit further. Really opening up through the shoulders, opening up through the chest. Relax the neck, relax the upper shoulders. Use your breath. How's the lower back feel? Inhale. And maybe use your exhale to relax the lower back. Maybe bend the knees and bring the feet out slightly wider than the hips. Deep inhale, reaching up, nice and long. Exhale out to the side into a T. Deep breath in. If you're not already there, bring the arms, hands down by the hips. You can stay right here and spend another minute here. Or we'll try for that back bend. So if you're feeling that you might be able to come down a little bit lower, begin to remove the block. And slowly, just noticing if the head will come all the way down. If not, you can always use your blanket to place it at a midway point between where the block was and where you might be available to bring the head down. As you do this, and if you do this, you'll feel a gentle constriction of the throat. Breathe through the nose. Use the breath to relax further the shoulders. 10 more seconds. And slowly begin to bring that block back under the head. Slowly bring the head up, obviously. And bend the knees if they are not already bent. Move the block, if you have a block or a blanket underneath your legs. And we're going to bring those elbows in nice and tight by the ribs. We're going to slowly begin to roll onto one side. Use the elbow, the knees, the hips to help support you as you come forward. Now we're going to come back down onto our backs. So just move those blocks out of the way. And then come right back onto your back. Nice deep breath in. Extend completely. Breathe. Notice how the spine feels. Extend through the heels, through the fingertips. And we're going to come into what I like to call what's called banana asana. We're going to bring, and first you root the hips to the floor. Glutes and hips stay right where they are. The arms are up above you, feet are down. Again, if you have shoulder issues that's really sensitive, you can always bend the elbows at a 90 degree rather than bringing them all the way up. And then we're going to, keeping the hips where they are, we're going to bring the hands to the upper right corner of the mat. You can even just move the shoulder blades to bring the hands further off. Maybe they'll come off of the mat. And the feet will come to the lower right corner of the mat. The head is between the arms. Both shoulder blades are on the floor. The hips, the glutes have not moved. Only the legs and the upper arm, shoulder blades, shoulders, head, and arms have moved. And we're getting a nice long stretch through the left side of the body. Feeling it through the armpit, through the upper arm. Breathe. You may even cross the left leg over the right to increase the stretch through the hip region on the left side. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Feel both glutes relaxing to the floor. Feel both shoulder blades relaxing to the floor. Relax the feet, relax the ribs, the shoulder blades to the floor. Deep inhale. Exhale everything out the mouth. Inhale, begin to walk the feet back to center. Walk the hands back to center. And switch sides. Deep breath in, exhale over to the left side. So again, hips and glutes stay centered on your mat. The feet come off over to the lower left corner of your mat. Maybe they're off the mat, depending on how flexible your right side is. And then the shoulder blades might inch over and bring the arms over up to the upper left corner of the mat. Head is between the upper arms. Both arms are reaching for the floor. Both shoulder blades are on the floor. And the right leg may cross over the left to increase your stretch just a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, relax the hip down, relax the shoulder blades down. Breathe. Inhale. Relax the hips, the glutes, the feet. Inhale. And exhale, relax the shoulder blades, the shoulders, the face, the eyes. the tongue. Find your edge. You're always welcome to go deeper. Inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale and begin to come back to center. Deep breaths in, nice and long spine. Bring the arms down by the side, bend your knees, and roll onto one side. We're going to come up into a seated position. Coming to the center of your mat. We're going to come into half dragonfly today. Again, you can have a blanket nearby, because as we straighten out one leg, you may want to place it under the knee so that it doesn't hyperflex. If you feel any sort of compression, lift the knee up. So half dragonfly. We're going to bring the left leg in, kind of like a bound angle, and see if you can bring it in as close as you can to the inner groin. We're going to extend the right leg out. Both sit bones are on the mat. So adjust the foot, just the opening of your extended leg, to make sure that both sit bones are firmly into the floor of your mat. We're going to bring the hands to the side and just adjust, lifting up nice and tall. For half dragonfly, we're going to rotate the torso, the heart, so that it looks towards the extended leg, the right leg. All right. Again, make your adjustments. You might even use a strap here if you'd like to. If you find that you're having just a hard time reaching forward with the heart, maybe it's easier with the arms. Make sure that the elbows are bent by the side to keep the shoulder blades back. So take this moment here just to adjust and begin to feel that twist as the heart reaches up, and then exhale forward. Breathe. Coming with the breath, inhaling tall, maybe exhaling, finding a deeper stretch. Take a few breaths here. And then maybe notice if you can inhale again longer, exhale deeper. And deeper is, heart is still lifting up, belly button is coming down, close to the thigh. And again, you can always use the strap. With each breath, maybe relaxing deeper into your dragonfly. If you've hinged as far as you could with the hips, maybe bring the toes closer. Feel that stretch through the hamstring, just a little bit deeper. Breathe. About one more minute. Remember, this is your practice. I'm here to guide you, but your body and your mind are your main guide. Listen to them. Inhale, begin to lift slowly. Deep inhale, lengthening the spine. Think of each vertebrae opening up, decompressing. Inhaling taller. Breathe, using your hands, and unwind the spine. Deep breath in. Breathe just for a second, a counter pose. Twist to the opposite side, come forward. Inhale. right back up, back to center. Chest rises, the hands come behind you, fingertips point towards the hips. And then slowly recline back, bring your right leg in to bend that right knee, extend the left leg. Make sure both sit bones are on your mat. Again, remembering each side can be so different. Maybe needing a little cushion underneath the knee. Right. Sometimes you find maybe it's your ankle that's bothering you, and you want to just give the ankle a little extra cushion. So just listen to the body, know where it needs to be. Right. Lifting up tall, heart lifting, top of the head lifting. We're going to twist towards the extended leg. Use your hands to help. Feel the waist twist, the ribs twist, the heart begins to face the extended leg. Exhale, come forward, reaching forward. Take your time, use your strap. The props are there to help with proportions of arms and legs, of the position of joints. Not all joints are the same, so that may cause compression. You may find that the femur bone, neck may compress against the hip, so you cannot come forward mainly because of the bone, and there's nothing you can do about that. So just listening to the body and knowing if you're feeling a pinching that's really painful, there shouldn't be any pain, so come up, breathe. You can even press a pillow right there so that you can force the body not to go deeper, knowing that that's where you should be. Again, use the breath to come in. If you have an extra block, you can always use that block to place your forearm and just relax there with your forearm on the block. Breathe. Inhale, begin to extend the head, lift the shoulders up, reach up with the top of the head, still trying to face that extended leg, and then exhale over. Reaching up, counter twist, just slowly take it across and around in the opposite direction, coming right back to center, bring the hands back, lift the heart, reaching up. And slowly recline back, bring that left leg in. And we're going to bend our knees and come onto our bellies. We're going to come into a prone position and slowly coming down. That was stretching a bit of the lower back. Now we're going to stretch the front of the body. So we're going to bring the hands right underneath the shoulders. And we're going to just begin to strengthen the quadriceps, contracting the muscles in the quads, tops of the feet pressing up. And slowly we're going to rise up. Deep breath in. There's a slight micro bend of the elbow as you do this. Again, bring it down. Just notice where you need to be. If this is where you need to be, then stay here. All right, if your arms get tired, then come into Sphinx. All right. And for those that have a stronger, more flexible back, then you can come up with your breath, exhaling, and keep breathing. For Sphinx, if you're new to this, Elbows come underneath the shoulders. Palms are down. The hands don't need to touch. They can be apart, whatever's comfortable. The important part is the elbows underneath the shoulders. And we're going to stay here for about a minute. And this, again, gives you a stretch through the front of the body. So choosing where you need to be, Sphinx or into a cobra. Deep breath. Strengthen the legs. And then slowly lift wherever you need to be. And you can always adjust and come out of the pose. You're welcome to do that. Breathe. Holding it here. Shoulder blades come back together. Chin comes back. The jaw comes back. Breathe. We're strengthening that lower back and stretching through the front of the body. We're only going to spend maybe 30 seconds here as people get tired in the arms. Breathe. And slowly begin to bend the elbows, come down. If you're in Sphinx, slowly move the elbows out from underneath you. Extend the arms forward, nice and long. Again, if you need to bend the elbows, do so. Otherwise, extend. And then bring the right hand over the left. And this may be enough for you. The chin is on the floor. The neck, it's best if you can actually use your blanket or a support and just put your forehead down on that. All right. A blanket helps to lift the head off and allow the nose to breathe a little easier. Otherwise, keeping good spinal alignment by keeping that forehead onto the floor, forehead, the nose, or the chin. And then slowly maybe working the hands apart, crossing at the forearm. And then maybe they'll cross at the elbow. Just notice where you are, where you need to be today. It is possible to do this in a child's pose. So if you're having problems or any issues breathing, you can do this in a child's pose and just crossing over, giving yourself a little bit more of an opening. As long as you feel comfortable in the knees and the ankles doing this. And then you can still get a nice stretch this way. All right, about a minute here. And your hands can come up as far out to the side as your shoulders allow. Accept where they are. Breathe. With each inhale, lengthen the spine. Press the toes back, top of the head, away from the shoulders. Exhale, allow the shoulders to relax deeper into this stretch. Depending on where your arms are, will depend on the position of the head as well. So if your arms are up higher, then you may be resting your face onto your upper arm. If your arms don't cross very much, then you may be using a support at your forehead. So know you can make all these adjustments. Focus on the breath. Relax the belly, the feet. Deep breath in. Maybe walk the arms up, hands closer to each other if they're not already together. Extend the hands, relax the head. Bring the arms out into a T. Nice deep breath in. Bring them down by the hips. Palms come up and then back down. Bring them back up. Feel the shoulders drop. Inhale, walk the hands back up, reaching up. And then cross the left hand over the right. Maybe you're more flexible on this side and the hands will come apart and maybe you'll cross at the elbows. And this may be where you stay, trying to relax and keep good spinal alignment. Breathing. Maybe you feel you can go a little further, so you inhale. And then exhale, start bringing the hands around. And exhale, breathe. Maybe you'll say, oh, I can go a little bit more. So you inhale. And exhale, walk them and relax into it. And you're at your edge, and you breathe and focus on the breath. You inhale deeply. And with each exhale, relaxing the feet, the hips, the belly. Exhaling, relax the shoulders, the hands, the mouth, the eyes. Deep inhale, begin to walk the hands back, lifting the head slowly. Breathe. Arms come out, reaching up. And then, keeping the nice long spine, begin to walk the arms out into a T. Move those shoulders. Exhale, maybe the hands come down by the hips. Bring the palms up. Feel the shoulders dropping down closer to the floor. Slowly bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Lifting up into a child's pose. Stretch the arms out just a little bit more. Maybe the heels will reach the hips, or the hips will reach the heels. If not, you can always just keep it up and just slowly extend through the arms. Breathe. Relax the head. Inhaling up, and have 2 blocks ready. So make sure you have 2 blocks or 2 bolsters. Good sturdy bolsters are really important. And then begin a tabletop. Knees are about hip width apart, hands are about shoulder width apart, wrists are right underneath the shoulders. Nice long spine, tops of the feet are on the mat. And we're going to extend the right leg out, really press it out, lift it up. Feel the strength in the leg, and then bring that right knee up as high as you can, widening the arms, then slowly begin to maybe bring it into a lunge. Feel and know and adjust the knee. Right knee is over the right ankle. Maybe you feel you need to put a blanket or some cushion underneath your left knee. The point is to stretch, not to feel pain in your knees or ankles, so you can always find something to help ease and bring comfort to areas that we aren't looking to stretch. Right? And then use your blocks on the highest level to open up slowly the hips. You can even stretch the front leg back. Press the heel back, square the hips, really press the toes back, stretch the hamstring, come forward, move side to side. Now bring in the right hand, right block on the inside of your right leg and bring that right leg out further to the outside of the mat. You might think, and you might feel this is it. This is where you're feeling your dragon. This may be your dragon. With each breath in your dragon, exhaling, breathe and drop the hip down deeper. And use your breath to deepen the stretch. Now you may find that you can go no further and it's really getting too extreme. You can have one of these blocks and maybe place it underneath the hip so that you don't have any more movement down. And you can stay there for a minute, and then maybe you feel like there's a release. You might be able to move that block and then go deeper. Right? So listen to the body, listen to where you need to go. Breathe. Now we're going to bring the blocks to the next highest level. Going to come a little bit lower. So this back leg is nice and long and stretched back. So adjust that leg if you need to. If you find you can go a little bit further on the stretch, come down to the next lower bit of the block and breathe. Still feel you haven't found your edge? Exhale. Inhale, nice long spine. And exhale, maybe the elbows will come down. Breathe. Maybe you feel you can go deeper. Remove the blocks and come down. Again, this is done gradually, listening to the body, knowing, okay, can I go deeper? What is it telling me? Do I feel like I have gone to my edge? How's my breath? Am I holding the breath? If I'm holding the breath, maybe it's a bit too much. I should back off. I should come up. One more minute. Remember, you can always adjust or come out of it if you need to. Inhale, begin to lift the head, reaching up. Use your blocks, coming at your next highest level. Deep breath in, lift. Continue to come up, using the blocks as your guide for slowly coming up out of this. And begin to straighten that front leg. Feel the right hip press back. Feel the hip flexor begin to contract and breathe. Flexing your hamstring one more time. Use your blocks, move your hands. And then lifting up. Breathe, slowly sliding that right foot back behind you. Stretching it out. Breathe. You might be feeling this in the hip flexors where you hinge where the femur bone and the pelvis are meeting. Stretch through there. And bring that right knee down. Maybe switching pads. If you're using the padding, extend the left leg. Nice deep breath in. And sliding that left knee forward. Maybe the foot will come forward with it, or just take your time and bring that left foot forward. Breathe. Side to side movements here. Back leg stretching back. All right, move and adjust as you need to. If you want to deepen it, come forward with that front left leg. If not, bring that left leg back and say, okay, this side is tough. All right, and accept that. It's okay. You're here. We're doing this. That's the important part. That you're listening to the body. So adjust and open up. Just notice how the hips are feeling, how the hamstring feels on this leg, how the knee is feeling. Do you need to get some cushioning for your right knee? Breathe. Now bring the block with the left hand in on the inside of the left leg and bring that left foot out slightly to the edge of your mat. Again, adjust here as you need to. Nice long spine, lifting the heart, bringing awareness, noticing from the tip of your toes to the ankles, to the knee, to the hip, right leg, left leg, up through the shoulders, the top of the head. Inhale, maybe this is where you'll stay today. Or you feel you haven't found your edge. So inhale tall. Exhale. Maybe bring your blocks to a lower level. Breathe. Maybe you still haven't found the edge. Maybe come down to the next level of your block. Breathing. Again, maybe you haven't reached your level. So maybe the elbows will come down to the block. Relax the head. Again, with each exhale, see if you can relax areas you're feeling the tension. The inner groin, maybe the back. Exhale, maybe the shoulders. Breathe. Again, maybe you might want to go deeper. About 30 to 40 more seconds. This is a really deep hip flexor
stretch. Really good if you do a lot of sitting computer, working, especially if the torso is leaned forward. You really shorten the muscles in the hip flexors. It's really good to open them up, stretch them out. Deep breath in, placing your hands on the next higher level of your block. Lifting up through the heart, stretching through the top of the head. Think of the spine, opening up the vertebra. Deep breath in, nice and long spine. Exhale, take a moment, relax. Inhale, come up to the next level. Nice long spine, exhale. Using those blocks like part of your arm, begin to walk and closer to the body. Begin to stretch your left leg, pressing the hips back. Breathe. Be dynamic here. Do what you need to do to come out of this. Bring that left hand around and then slowly see if you can bring that left leg back. Stretch it out. Ooh, maybe you're feeling relief or not. Through this hip flexors, you stretch it back. Bring that hip down slightly and back up. Bring the knee in. Right leg presses back. Stretch through. Using your blocks right underneath you, like an extension of your arm. Just slowly bring the hips forward. Mindful of the back. Just go as far as you feel comfortable. And come back. Child's pose. Press the hips back. You can always use a block between the legs. Or a block if your forehead won't reach the floor to support you if you need it. Inhale, look up at your fingers, extend the fingertips away just another inch or two. Exhale down. Did a little bit of work with your arms there, so we're just stretching them. Nice gentle counter pose. Bring the palms of your arms, or your hands up. And back down. Bring the palms up and in the reverse position. So bringing the pinky fingers together. And back down. Lifting up, reaching up. And getting ready for our supported shoulders now. We're going to come onto our backs. If you don't wish to do a supported shoulder stand, you're welcome to use a chair. And I like to have, if you're using a chair, a little bit of a support underneath your lower back, just to be mindful of the curvature of your back. So just quickly, for those who wish to go into the chair, I like to bring the legs up onto the chair. Adjust the support underneath your lower back, getting a nice curve. And then the hands come down and relax. Breathe. If you have a wall, you can bring the legs up onto a wall. Try and get the glutes as close to the wall as possible when you do this. And arms will be out in both positions in like a goal post. All right. For supported shoulder stand. So, have a block nearby. We're going to come onto our backs. Feel the shoulder blades pressing down. Hands are by the hips. Heels come really close in towards your glutes. And begin to engage your belly button as we lift the pelvis up towards the ceiling. Press the heels into the floor. Feel the knees press forward. And the block will come underneath you. And you can put it on a higher level. You can put it on the lowest level. All right, if you choose to come to the highest level, I recommend having 2 blocks stacked on each other. All right. Otherwise, find that spot and place it right underneath the sacrum, under your tailbone. Feel it completely comfortable there, and then bring it up closer to your lower lumbar, maybe half an inch. There you go, move it there. And then slowly, feel the shoulder blades coming in together. Feel completely supported under there. Shouldn't be any pain in your cervical spine, your neck. All right, so no pain in this neck. Shouldn't feel any pain against the back of your head, so just notice that. If you're feeling any discomfort in the neck, you can use a blanket and place it underneath the shoulders. So just come out of this, find your blanket, place it under the shoulders. Come up and see if that helps. All right, remember, the block is at the sacrum, and then bring it up maybe half an inch, so that as you lift up one leg, then the other, and then lift the heels up. Breathe. You might feel you need to adjust it, bring it up a little bit more than that half inch. So adjust. Deep breath in, lift, use the strength in the legs, and come back down. Adjust anything you need to, and then lift. And you're going to stay here. Right. Again, if it's uncomfortable for the neck, you can use the chair, or just do legs up the wall. And we're going to hold this for 2 or 3 minutes. So begin to breathe and relax the shoulders down. Relax the arms. Relax the toes, maybe widen the toes. Really extend through the heels, and then relax the feet. Breathe. This technically is just more of a relaxation pose than a yin pose. Seeing in yin, we don't normally do inversions. This is our inversion that we do right before Shavasana to help calm the mind and relax. Usually with something as intense as dragon, I like to add legs up a wall or a supported shoulder stand. Again, if at any point you need to come out of this, or you would like to place your legs on a chair, or if you have a couch nearby, you can just put the legs up onto a couch. Do so. About another minute, minute and a half in this pose. And whichever version you're in, see if you can deeply inhale and exhale out the mouth, everything. One more time, a cleansing breath. Inhale. Inhale, and this time, see if you can relax the shoulders a little bit more. Feel the weight of the arms into the floor, maybe the knuckles relaxing, surrendering. Relax the lips, the tongue. For those of you who are in legs up a wall or legs on a chair or couch, you're welcome to stay there instead of coming into Shavasana. For those that are in your supported shoulder stand, we're going to begin to slowly bend a knee, then the other. Engage your core and then slowly bring down one foot and the other foot. Feel the nice extension. You can even slowly come into palm two, really extending the front of the body, stretching it out. Breathe. Maybe if you were in supported shoulder stand, begin to shake out those toes. Notice the blood coming back to them. Bend the knees back into your supported bridge. Bring the arms down by the hips. Engage your glutes. Really press the heels into the floor. Feel as if the knees are over those heels. All right, you can't really see it, I know, but just try and do your best. And then press up. Remove the block and exhale one vertebrae at a time down. Holding it here. Side to side movements. Relax. And get ready for Shavasana. Bring the knees in, squeeze them in. Side to side movement. Inhale long and exhale, squeeze it in tighter. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hands come down. Really engage the thighs. Bring them in slightly towards each other. I mean, we're not moving them towards each other, just the thighs are rotating in. All right, feel the heels pressing out, the toes engaging. And relax the legs. Feel the toes, the feet flop to the side. The arms, press those fingers towards the heels. Feel the shoulders coming away from the ears. Exhale it down, relax. Breathe through the nose and out. If you're still with your legs at the wall or the chair, begin to bend those knees towards you. Taking your time, rolling over onto one side. For those in Shavasana, bend your knees. Slightly move them side to side, head gently side to side. And roll over onto your side, taking a breath or two here. And when you're ready, using your arms to support you, pressing up into a seated position, chin will come up last. In a seated position, arms come out, deep inhale. Palms come together. Exhale. Down into prayer. Thumb will come gently to the sternum. Elbows relax by the ribs. I thank you for coming today. I thank you for accepting who you are and how you are today. It is always so important to know that you are enough, that you are thought of. Knowing this, I thank you for coming today, being with me here, spending this time with me. Each breath, each moment. And remembering as you proceed on with your day, with life in general, think kind thoughts, speak kind words, and do kind deeds. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Chantel, Libby, nice to see you here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you feel good after this, relaxed. No, legs up a walk can be done right before going to bed. It's really good to help you sleep too. So, or on a chair, whatever is your accessible. Or depending on the height of your bed, you can even put your legs up onto the bed and then crawl into bed and go to sleep. So, just a thought. Sleep well. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy this gorgeous day.